Are you surprised at the sentiment, kind of the fear? I don't know if it's fear factor, but the lack of confidence going into State College?
What do you mean by like the spread?
Yeah.
No, because I think there's a love fest for Indiana, and to see what Penn State did to Indiana, I think people are giving them a lot of credit for that.
That might make too much sense. I didn't expect that answer to suffice so quickly.
But I think, yes, TJ looked really good in his first start, but he's the backup true freshman quarterback going into the first hostile environment. Let's face it, like we've talked, Kyle and I talked about this week. I mean, Maryland was dominated by Husker fans. UCLA was dominated by Husker fans. So outside of Minnesota, they haven't really been, and this is going to be way, way more hostile, I think, than Minnesota was. So I think the hostile environment, Penn State's is still very physical, and they run the football, and as we've heard all week, that that's been Nebraska's bugaboo, is stopping the run. So I think there's a multiple factors, but I just think people are giving them a lot of credit with what they did to Indiana.
So it's interesting because we always play this game amongst the radio crew, where guess the fandom and like how much of a red out it will be. This will probably be the first true road game, but the sense from the Penn State fans and the ticket availability, not only will the students be out because they're on break, but tickets are readily available. Do you have an expectation level for what State College should be versus its lore?
Yeah, I think probably I'm going to walk away disappointed. But that being said, it's still, just compared to what they've played in, it's still going to be more hostile than where they've been, just because it's basically been home games when they've been on the road, And so that's kind of, yeah, is it going to be what it would be if Penn State was in a different situation, if they were where we thought they were going to be when we entered the season? Would it have a different kind of lore going into it? But yeah, I mean, I think it's probably not going to live up to because this is my first time going. I've never been there. So it was one of the ones when I took this job, I was really excited to get to go. So it's kind of disappointing that it's probably not going to be to its fullest, but it's still going to be, I think it's a whiteout at night, a home game. I mean, it's senior night. I still think it's still going to be more of a hostile environment than what this team has been in, especially Maryland and UCLA.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm looking at the SeatGeek map right now, and I'm seeing $7. You can get 6 tickets together, like sitting next to each other. Like I'm very interested to see what this atmosphere ends up looking like, Jess, because I do think people are going to end up disappointed by the kind of the grandeur of it all, but I just really don't know what to expect in terms of hostility, right? Because if you can get
still a really large stadium.
True, that's true.
You know what? Maybe I clearly we don't know yet, but it may be a little Michigan-y. Remember at Michigan, the no banners. It's kind of built up. It's huge, but it wasn't like super loud. Like maybe that.
I was very underwhelmed by Michigan.
I was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked. No, I mean, it was poor weather, and there was a lot of factors up there, but I was a little underwhelmed as well.
I mean, we'll see how it fills in.
And won the national championship that year. So.
It's Wednesday, but I still think there's a lot of football fans up there that are going to want to watch that game that will probably show up last minute. And I don't know. I'll be interested to see how many Husker fans are there too, because obviously they travel well everywhere else. I'd never want to doubt them, but it's one of the more tougher places to travel. So I don't know. We'll see.
How much value do you put? You brought up TJ, and that's a fair point with the true freshman QB. How much value do you put in Penn State playing with Grunkmeyer, their backup QB, who hasn't necessarily lit the world on fire? It seems like maybe they found a game plan they can win with against Michigan State, but it seems like we're talking a lot about, not you personally, but just the media and fans talking a lot about TJ Latif and him being the backup quarterback, but not nearly as much about Grunkmeyer and Penn State's situation.
Well, it's TJ's second start. So I think, and again, just it's just the, I think maybe more so the matchup of when you look at what Penn State does do well offensively, and they are going to run it. And we've heard it all week. We heard Coach Butler get up there and talk about it. He challenged the team about it, and it has been an issue with this team. And so I think it's a lot of factors, and not so much like, oh, it's the work. Because I think TJ is going to go up there and play fine. I have all the confidence in the world, being what I saw at UCLA, not just with TJ, but with how the guys rallied around them. I think the way the offensive line continues to play better. And, I think you saw a team really rally around TJ. And I think they really fed off of, hey, I did my job. And then that led to a pretty complete total team offensive performance, and so like to see how they were on the sideline and how fired up they were, being that they had to come together in a situation where it wasn't what they expected, but they had to find a way to do that. And there was a lot of different guys that did their jobs that led to a lot of success. And so I have when I talk about when people have some doubts, I think it's outside. I think TJ is going to be just fine. And I think the offense is going to be just fine. I know it's a different kind of caliber matchup, but I just think another week getting to prepare, having the time to take those 1 reps, to get the feel with the wide receivers, for Dana Holgorsen to game plan, coming off the bye week. And I think he's probably got a lot of confidence along with the other guys around him that I actually am not as worried. I think from an outside perspective, you asked me what the outside perspective was. That's what I think maybe there's one of the factors is that you got a second start from a true freshman quarterback.
Who are you going to pick? What did you decide for the player preview this week?
Is it? Did somebody already take Emmett?
No, not our picks. Your actual sit down.
Oh, I talked to Rocco Spindler yesterday.
Oh, okay. What minute mark did we get to?
I think like 17.
Does he talk as intense as he plays?
There's a couple of, he's one of those guys that you on the field, very intense and mean, but off the field, like very, very nice. Like he has that switch, like a lot of the great offensive linemen do. You want to get a guy to melt, Rocco Spindler, ask him about his dog, Polly.
Oh, so you two are the same person.
Yeah. Originally, I had this grand scheme that I wanted to do that interview with us, like, and our dogs playing, like a dog play date.
Okay.
And it didn't end up working out because he broke his hand and had surgery, and the timing of all of it didn't work out. But yeah, no, he's a big dog dad.
What kind of dog is Polly?
He's an English bulldog.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I could vibe with that.
Yeah.
Poor Sunny, though. She'd be distraught.
She's pretty fast. He'd have a hard time catching her. She's an athlete,
English bulldogs famously not known for their stamina,
Or a joke.
She's growling in the background too. She didn't like that comment.